smash bang in the middle of the British Isles. A village at the very heart of North Wales. We were once integral on the road from London to Ireland, with a history that dates back to the Middle Ages. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pigtown. A place of work and a place of play. And this show is built by the people who live here, for the people who live here, so we can show the world what it's all about. So if you want to share your news and views, if you have a special skill or talent that you want to share, or you want to tell us your stories of Machtra past and present, or if you just want to kick back and watch the fun unfold, get involved. 1 p.m. every Sunday. Pigtown Theatre's Facebook Live. Like, subscribe, share, and let's get the world to follow Machtra. Prananda, good afternoon, croeso and welcome to another Follow Machtra with me, your host, Simon HR. Well, what a week it's been. We have seen a clampdown in the lockdown once again, which means as of tomorrow, Monday, we have to wear face coverings when we go into shops or public places that are indoors. We are only allowed to meet 6 people as well inside. So, yes, this was never going to be easy. It was never going to go away this quickly. So we all have to be very vigilant. We have to be safe. We have to keep each other tip-top condition. So if you know anyone who's vulnerable, if you have anyone that you think needs a bit of looking after, do that, or get in touch with the right people. Get in touch with us. Get in touch with anyone who is in a position of authority, and they will be able to help you and those people, because that's what we're here for. Now, coming up in this program, all your favorites, the same people you know week in, week out, and some new ones for you. I am absolutely thrilled and delighted to introduce to you one person today who I caught up with a few weeks ago, called Neva Donaldson. She's lived in Machtra for many, many years, and she's an absolute legend, one of the most caring individuals I personally have ever met. And yeah, really do pay attention to what she says, because she has had a fascinating life, and I think we can all benefit from a little bit of Neva now and again. She's incredible. So let's crack on. We've got a lot of things to catch up on. We've got Psychotic, we've got Bendigedig, we've got some roll-off for you. We have got it's a Machtra thing with a class young lady called Mary Baxter. We have a really big thing coming up as well in the program, and we're going to be documenting every week, is another local, Emma Roberts, is doing a fascinating, brilliant challenge, which is she's doing a virtual London marathon. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, she is a cracking individual, and she's actually raising a lot of awareness and a lot of money for charities, for 2 charities. We'll give you all the details in the comments. We'll be able to talk a bit about it, but we'll be documenting her trials and tribulations as she gets ready and you know, gets herself fit and ready for this challenge. Brilliant things happening. Some people are going above and beyond for people who are in need, and this is exactly what we're all about. So, without any further ado, as they say, it's Psychotic. Psychotic. The cleaner. If you need the place cleaning, he's your man.
there's a white doo-doo on Talat Avenue.
I copy that. I'm on my way. Woo! Damn! Oh, yes! I have eyes on it. I have got it. Oh, this is a big one. This is like the Holy Grail. Absolutely. Watch this. God, this really grinds my gears. I haven't seen one of these for ages. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look at that. And along in that. See it? What do you see? White poo. That's like 1980s stuff, people. Look at that. Oh, God. That's like vintage. That's like antique. That's like I should get in touch with like Drew Pritchard about this shit. Yeah, baby! Another one down! Yes! That is what I am talking about. Boom!
Did he really say that? Ooh, I think we caught it right in the sweet spot, though. Before the watershed. Never mind. I think we got it right in the sweet spot. Boom. Anyway, coming up, we have a great young chap. Can he hit to the top of the leaderboard? Who knows? It's Levi Lord in another roller. Yes, and welcome once again to our favourite roll-off at Motter Park Bowling Club. And our contender today is young Levi Lord. There he is. He's a great contender, this young man. He loves playing his computer games and riding his bike. Also a bit partial to a pizza. Oh, underarm. It looks good. Oh, it was close. An unorthodox technique, but he got there in the end. Oh, another one in quick succession. He likes to fire them hard, this one. Oh, it's very close. Well, that could be winning bowls. Oh, a little jump there from young Levi. What a player he is. Oh, just, hey, hang on a minute. What? A bit of gamesmanship there from Levi Lord. Dear me. Well, tops the leaderboard at 0.7 metres. Oh, join us next time for some roll-off. Well, young Levi Lord there, making crown green bowls a contact sport. Well, it is his older brother, and hey, I think he's allowed a bit of tit for tat. Anyway, coming up, we have another fascinating young person. She was actually in the roll-off competition, did very well indeed. She's great at reading, and it's her favourite thing to do. It's Mary Baxter. It's a Motter thing.
I'm just that person whose room's always messy because I've got so many books.
But that's great.
Probably my favourite book about women is this.
What's it about?
It's all the women who have done what's it called? Adventures like that. There's 2 volumes of the book, and one includes Amelia Earhart and people like that. They're really good. I've read them 3 times each, I think. Yeah.
What's your favourite book?
Harry Potter.
And you've got your favourite bookmark in there?
Yes, and my favourite bookmark is the Border Terrier bookmark.
Ace.
This is the latest book I've read. I don't know what it's about yet because I haven't started reading it. All I know is that there's laughter included.
Hello and welcome to the news from The View. The swings are still not arrived. Jesney has re-swollen. Karen's test was negative. Philip has had a career change.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Pigtown Man here again. I hope you've had a good week. Yay! Well, last time you saw me, we were making a big hill behind Mocktra, and we're still doing the same. But as you can see, it got a bit high in one place. So, out in front of me, I have, yes indeed, I have a, why have I got a water bucket in my hand? I don't want that. Hang on. I got TNT. I'll put that back. Blah, blah, blah. Hang on a minute here. Okay. Cobblestone. So, here we go. What I'm actually doing is, we're building Tanarath Street right here. Okay. And that's behind, there's the pub, and there's the garage, and there is Tanarath Street. Okay, so it's gone a bit high here, so we need to carve out here a bit, and then we've got the big hill at the top, and then at the end I'm going to have to destroy all my big, beautiful ship above here, but never mind. So what I want to do is get rid of this big chunk of hill, okay? So what I have to do is come down here. This is the only way I can think of doing it, and putting some row of cobblestone out like this, you see. Then look at this. This is what I do. Look at this. Go over here and I get some red stone dust, and I put the redstone dust right here, boop, boop, all the way over here, and yeah, that's right. And at the end, I pull a lever. I stick a lever on here. Da, 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 da. We had a lot of people getting in touch this week, guys. Everybody's loving what we're doing with Mocktra. And as I said, we've also got the school coming over here, but that'll be next week. I just want to finish this hill off because it's driving me mad. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Uh-oh. Here we go. Boom. That was a big one. Wasn't that a good one? Yay! Look at that. We've got a chunk of hill gone. I'll bring the road right up here, and this will come up towards the zoo and all around Beechmere Rise and Hazelwood Close, and then all the school over here, and then, yeah, you get the picture. Okay, guys, hope you're good. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye. Well, Pigtown Man there doing some cracking work in building Minecraft Mocktra with the help of Mimi Pengor, who's doing a fantastic job for us here at Pigtown. Coming up, we have Emma Roberts. As I mentioned earlier in the programme, she will be doing the virtual London Marathon. She's doing it locally and she's training for it as we speak. So we're going to be touching base with her every week in the show. So show her some love. She's a cracking person and she's going to be doing this all for a couple of charities. So really do get behind this, people. It's a great thing that a local person's doing for the bigger good. Okay, here she is.
Well, good morning everyone. My name's Emma. I live in Mocktra. I've been a Mocktra resident for about 6 years. I live here with my husband Steve. And this is going to be my journey on training for the virtual London Marathon 2020. I'm quite excited about it. I'm quite nervous about it as well, to make sure obviously that I do complete it and that I do everybody proud that supported me all the way. yeah, so obviously this is going to be my journey. I decided to start walking, jogging during lockdown. I was working from home, so it was a case of getting out, actually seeing people during the day as well. Also, I saw an absolutely fantastic group, the Porth Areas group on Facebook, who are a group of runners, joggers, who support each other absolutely fantastically in their sport, in just getting fit, enjoying themselves. It's quite a nice social group as well. So yeah, I decided to walk the virtual London Marathon this year for two absolutely fantastic charities. The Arthritis Research Charity, in memory of my Nine. She was an absolutely fantastic lady, so dedicated to us as a family, and she was just absolutely amazing. She never quivered, she never complained, no nothing. Through all her arthritis and her other ailments, she was just absolutely amazing to us as a Nine. The other charity I've chosen is the Hourglass charity, going towards the cancer unit in Glenclwyd Hospital in Bodlewithin. They have been absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, obviously, so many families these days are touched by cancer. But I'm doing it for two men very, very special to me, my Tide and my father-in-law, Hughie. Again, absolutely fantastic people. My Tide unfortunately had leukemia around about 13 years ago. He unfortunately passed away, and then we lost Hughie about 5 years ago, unfortunately to bowel cancer. As I say, I know cancer touches so many people. Obviously I'm going to be, because it's the virtual London Marathon this year, I thought I'd try and take part as best I could. Fellow runner over there. And I just thought, do you know what, my challenge is going to be half of what people with arthritis and cancer go through in their lifetime. So do you know what, I might as well give it a crack. Still 26.2 miles, so I'm going to be jogging, walking from Llandudno to Colwyn Bay, well, Old Colwyn, quite a few times. I think it'd be about 4 in total type of thing. But yeah, this is going to be basically a little bit of a journal, to give you guys a bit of an insight as to what it's like to train for a marathon. It's not going to be a full whack, I'll be honest. I'm going to try and take it quite easy. I've got some absolutely fantastic support networks. My best friend Charlotte, she's coming down to support me. My family are coming down to support me on the day. My dad's even going to walk or jog a little bit with me. So I've got an absolutely fantastic support network, as I say. My husband Steve and my mum Carol have been absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's just, do you know what, lockdown can be so difficult for so many people, and as I say, just getting out, jogging, walking in the mornings, coming down to the gorgeous Rows-on-Sea, which is literally about a 5-10 minute walk from Mochtra. Absolutely lovely walk as well, some lovely people en route this morning. So yeah, it was just to try and get out that little bit more, and to try and do some good in this world. If everybody else can crack on with it, as I say, I see the Porth Areas lot running first thing in the morning, so I thought, do you know what, why not? But yeah, this is going to be my little bit of a diary on how I'm training-ish for the virtual London Marathon 2020. If you'd like to sponsor me, I have got a Virgin Money giving page that we'll put up in the comments and on the link as well, so please feel free guys, anything is absolutely fantastic. I've raised just over £200 so far. We're also doing a quiz on the 19th of September. It's going to be an online quiz, obviously, because we can't all go out at the moment. And then I'm doing a guess the name of the teddy as well. And I've just realised I'm getting some really funny looks from recording this morning. But yeah, obviously, absolutely massive thank you to the Mochtra Community Council on supporting me with this, and also obviously Pigtown Theatre as well for letting me be part of their fantastic project. But yeah, that's me. I'm Emma from Mochtra. And hopefully I'll see you soon when I'm jogging around Mochtra. Bye!
Well done, that person. Emma Roberts, boom, get in there. Absolutely smashing it for people worse off than her. Getting fit, getting active, and helping out some great organisations. Well done. We're going to be catching up with her every week, so you guys can get behind her and just give her that push she needs to get over that line and raise some hard-earned money for some brilliant charities. Coming up, we have that man again. Here he is, and this time he's been down to hundreds. Hello, croeso I and welcome to bendigedig.com. The Taste of Mochtra with me, your host, Bendigedig. Ho ho, and what a treat we've got for you today. Yes. We went there. We went to the big Hungries in Mochtra. And what are you going to get from Hungries? Well, you're going to have to get a doner kebab. Look at that. You. Well, there we are. People have been asking for weeks, when's he going to Hungries? When's he going to get a doner? Look at that. Now. Well, look at that. Prime doner meat right there. Absolutely. So in here we have doner meat, fresh lettuce, cucumber, tomato, garlic sauce, and some hot chili sauce. And I tell you what, this'll put hairs on your chest. Well, I saw them making pizzas and all sorts down there. We had some chips as well. I tell you what, their plate, and it's a You see, this bad boy's so big I couldn't even get it out the box. Oh yes, lovely naan bread as well, heated up on the grill there before the old doner meat gets put on. Look at that. So you can get anything you want from Hungries, more or less, in the way of takeaway food. Every day. Oh, indeed. Get yourselves down there for some fine slap-up grub. Look at that. Who needs a lettuce? Absolutely bendigedig. Well, once again, I think that this one might have beaten me. Oh. Lovely bit of scran. Lovely bit of scran. Oh, yes. Get it out, lad. Well, sadly, once again, we're coming towards the end of the programme. Remember to get behind Emma Roberts. Remember to always help out people worse off than yourselves. We're going to come into a strange period of lockdown again, people, so do be aware, do be safe, and do look out for each other. Coming up now after the credits, we have a fantastic individual and someone that's really helped a great deal of people throughout Britain, throughout her life. I was honoured to meet her locally in our back garden, again, where we like to interview people at social distance. Just sit back, relax, and really do enjoy the wonderful life of Neva Donaldson. What a fantastic individual. All the best. Do enjoy. Oh, and by the way, we're going to get sung out again, I'm afraid, by our local crooner, the wonderful Pablo Lane. Enjoy.
Is this a way to Capaloo? I've been training at college Landrico. Am I close to Capaloo? Or am I lost in Google? Is this a way to Capaloo? I've been training at college Landrico. Am I close to Capaloo? Or am I lost in Google? Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Or am I lost in Google?
When I was at Salford Royal, when I get my days off, I used to go to a place in Manchester, Piccadilly, the Central Hall.
Yes.
And I used to do volunteer there. They used to want to give me my bus fare and everything. No, I didn't want it because I had enough bus passes. And give you your lunch and all that. So I love doing volunteer. And I
Great.
couldn't get proper volunteer when I was in Manchester beside that one.
Oh,
So I
okay.
said, when I come to Wales, I'm going to do it. So I started at Help the Aged.
Yeah,
I
brilliant.
did Help the Aged for about 17 or more years.
Wow. And you've got a couple of rewards here. You've
Yeah,
got a
that is
7
from
year.
Help the Aged. And I did cat protection for about 17 or more years as well. But when they closed the last shop down, I'm hoping this one, I said I'm not going back.
No, that's it now. Well done. That's a big stint you got there. So, let's have a little chat. When were you born?
You want to know my age?
Well, yeah, it's all good. It's all.
When?
What year?
Are that going in the paper? Is it going on Facebook?
Yeah.
I don't want them to know.
Don't want them to know your age.
No.
Oh no, it's interesting for everyone. And where did you grow up? Jamaica.
I grew up in Jamaica and I came here when I was 23. I lived in, I grew in Jamaica till I was 23. Then I came here and I live in Manchester.
Cool.
Upper Charlton Road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I lived there and then I moved to Charlton Comhardy.
Yes, yes.
Charlton Comhardy, and I live in Charlton Comhardy. Bought my house in Charlton Comhardy and I lived there. I went to Manchester Road Methodist Church and I went to Manly Park. I go to all the churches, but those were my two churches, Manchester Road and Manly Park. Then, while doing all these visiting at weekends to Prestatyn, I decided that I want to live here. But my people in Florida, they wanted me to come to live in Florida. And I didn't have any grandchildren at that time. And I said to myself, if I live in Florida and I have grandchildren, they're not going to be able to come to Florida to see me, or I won't be able to go back to Manchester each time to see them. So, because I was coming to Wales, and Wales was green and thing like Manchester, Jamaica, I said to myself, I'll live in Wales.
Good.
And then that's how I came to Wales the 16th of April, 1999.
Wow.
So when I came here a Friday, and my family came, some of them came with me. And I had to start having grandchildren, and so I have to wait for some of them when they finish school to bring them up with me. And when that came the Friday, which was the 16th of April, 99, the Saturday morning there was a banging on my door. And when I went out, it was a minister from Rose Methodist Church. Oh, I was so shocked because I didn't know anything. So I said, if you can find a seat, you can sit down, because everything was just, yeah.
You just arrived.
So he said, your minister in Manchester wrote me to tell me you were coming, and I came, and he prayed and everything, and that's it. So I never ever forget the minister, Jeff Revitt.
Great.
Yes, I came the Friday and he came to see me the Saturday morning, which was really good.
That's great. So we talked a bit about your young life in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, well, it was 5 sisters of us and 1 brother. And we all lived together, my mother and father and everybody, and I went to Jericho Baptist Church, Sunday school in the morning, then we stayed to service, then we went home. In the evening we went to another Sunday school called the Claus House. And then after my mother took ill, and then she passed away. To be honest, I can't even tell you the year, because in Jamaica we are not responsible for anything. My brother, which is the eldest, he does everything.
Okay.
So my mother passed away, and then that's how I went to live with these people in just further up the road. They had these big property, and I stayed with them until I was 23. And because my brother and my sister was over here already, I didn't know she was corresponding with them.
Okay.
And one evening she called me into the house and she said, Neva, you will be going to England. And I think to myself, why am I going to England? And then she said to me, I've been corresponding with Alec, which is my brother, and Florence, which is my sister, and the other sister is Anita. And you will be going. They did everything for me. They even buy my clothes. That's how it was. It doesn't matter what age I was. They buy my clothes. They do everything. And then that's how I came to England.
Right. And that was 62.
62.
And trained as a nurse.
I trained as a nurse at Warrington Infirmary.
Yeah.
That was SEN. I don't know if you heard of SEN nurse.
Yes.
So I trained there for 2 years. And when you did your training in those days, you had to give the hospital back like 6 months before you leave, yeah. So I got the prize for the best practical nurse in 2 years training. I got my certificate, and they asked me what I wanted, like the present, so I got a Bible.
Ah.
Yeah. So
you still have it?
Yes, it's still at home. So it's I stayed there, and then when I was leaving, I went back to Manchester because it was Warrington I did my training. So I went to Manchester, and to be honest, I did all around the hospital. I never get sacked. I just leave because you could leave one place to go to another. And one of the sister practice said to me, "You have tasted all the hospital." I said, "Yes, I tried them all so that when I go back to Jamaica, I will be able to tell them what it's like over here." So, and from that, I became a staff nurse then. And because my money was all right, I didn't go any further. Right? I just stopped as my staff nurse. And I did dermatology in Key Street. I don't know if you know Key Street. You know Manchester?
I do, yeah.
Well, Key Street is just opposite the theatre.
Yeah.
Yes, so I did my training. I did dermatology there. Then it was a hospital that wasn't to be sold. I forget what they call them. You remember? It's a place that, like some houses even here, they are to stay as they are. You do not do anything to the outside or anything.
Yeah, listed building.
Listed building, right?
Yeah.
So they did that. I don't know if it was sold or what, but we went to Salford Royal. That was in Key Street at the Skin Hospital, that one. Then I went to Key Street, Salford Royal, which was further on, and that was sold. Then I went to Hope Hospital in Eccles.
Yeah.
And we were there for a while. Then we went over to Hope Hospital now, which they built a part. And if you go there now, they still have the part. And I stayed there until I took my early retirement and went and came here to live. So when I came here to live, I was doing all these voluntary work, right, around. And one of my friends, she now live in, where she lives. I've been there and spent a week with her in Staffordshire. So she was the one. She was working at she was working at not Hope. When I came, Hope is in Salford. When I came here, I was doing all the volunteer work, and she kept saying to me, "Look how many hours you're giving away for nothing." And I kept saying to me, "Well, it doesn't matter to me." Well, one day I was at home and my phone rang, and it was a male voice, and it said, "Neva." I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you want a job?" And I said to myself, I didn't know who was speaking. And I said to myself, why does he ask me if I want a job? I don't even know who he is. So I just say yes, right? And it was, I think it was a Wednesday. He said, come down to that school that it called
St. Joseph's?
No, not it's when you go to the swimming in
Colwyn Bay?
when you go to Colwyn Bay, that
Arius High.
Arius,
Arius
not
High.
Arius,
Brunellian.
Brunellian. He said, come to Brunellian tomorrow and see. So when I went I was even late going because I couldn't find Brunellian. So when I went, a man showed me where it is and I went. And when I went, he said, follow those ladies. So I followed them around the areas to see what they were doing. And when I was coming out, he said to me, did you like what you see? I said, it's all right. And he said, come on Monday and bring all your papers with you. And then I was police check and everything to look after the children. So I started there. I can't remember what date I started. And my duty was to stay at the door, prevent the children from going through that door. Everybody must go through that door. But I was in my hospital. Sister used to say to me, you are gentle but firm, she always said to me. So I was the same at Brunellian. And when the children came, they want to go through that door. I said, no, you've got to go to. And some of them said, I'm sixth form, miss. I said, it doesn't matter what form you are, you're going through that door. I am getting paid to stand at this door, prevent children going through there. So the headmistress, she was called Mrs. Hughes, her daughter came one day. I'm going to see my mom. I said, yeah. And she stand there and I wouldn't let her through. And then she stayed there for a good while. And then she moved and go to the right door. And one of the teachers came out and said to me, that's very good, very good. I said, yeah, because if I let her through, I'll have to let all the other children through, right? But Mrs. Hughes, she knows what I was like, because if I said I'm getting paid to do the duty, and that's what I'm there for. And you would be surprised, even to this day, if I go out to anywhere, London or anywhere, most of them work in these shops, in the supermarket. Hello, miss. Hello, miss. They still know there. And some of them will say to me, miss, I'm grown up now, miss. I'm all right. But I treat them really how they should be treated. And Mrs. Hughes, like everybody liked me then. And then when I was leaving, I wrote my notice and I gave it in. And she called me and said, Neva. I said, yeah. She said, why are you leaving? Has somebody upset you? I said, no, but I've done nearly 11 and a half years, right? It's not hard work, but I want to, I have to walk up the hill to Brunellian. So that was it. And I did, while I was doing Brunellian, I was still doing help the agents leave, like, and I did the cat protection. So I leave from them, go to Brunellian, and come back to them again. That's how I used to do. And then when we closed the shop in you know, they did on the cat protection in the bay.
Yeah.
When they closed that, we went to I forget, round the corner there, and we stayed there. And then that's how I leave it, because they closed then, and they were going to open this bigger shop in the front part, Mustang Street. And when they opened it, I said, I'm not going back. No. I've done enough, more than 17 years, so.
And what now? What do you do now? Do you just go to church?
What I do now, if my church needs any help, at my church, I sometimes a door steward. When people coming in, you shake their hands and welcome them. And then I do coffee mornings there. That's a part of our duty, to serve coffee or tea to the members of church or anybody else. So that's what I do now.
Good.
But because the clump don't know, we can't do those things. But the church is open now, Sunday morning, 10 till I don't even know, 10 till, because the service what they have now is 40 minutes.
Okay.
But we don't sing or nothing. We just go on the minister or whoever is doing the preaching, just did that thing, and we'll go outside. So that's it.
Wow. And you have family in Manchester.
Oh, all my family are in Manchester. My granddaughter,
Yeah.
when she was a baby, her mom used to drink a lot, right? And she was only a baby, and I used to, when she was born, I was in Scotland on holiday that day. So when I went back, Antella, which is her mother, that's my son's daughter, Regan. And Antella used to bring Regan to me all the time, being a baby. And when I used to give her back to Antella, like the Sunday evening, for her to take her to nursery. I'd pay her thing and thing. Sometimes she don't take her to nursery. And the teacher used to say to me at the nursery, you got to take this baby off her. And I felt so sorry for Antilla because she didn't have a mother or a father, right? So each time I'd do that. And in the end, I went to solicitors to see if I could get the baby properly for myself. And I was going to the solicitor's office for a good while. And one day she said to me, it doesn't matter what you do, you know. You could spend £1,000 or £2,000, but you won't get the baby for yourself because it's not your child. So I said, well, I'll take her and take her to Jamaica and never bring her back. And she said, you can't do that, right? So in the end, my son called Christopher. I said, you got to start doing something because I won't be able to get Regan. So they start going to court, himself and Antella, but Antella never turn up at the court. So the very day, which is the 16th of April, the same day I'm moving here, I followed Christopher to court, and when I went, I see the little leg just coming like this, and I said, oh, that Antella came, and there must be her solicitor, said to her, Antilla, what are you doing? And she said, I come to sign the form for her to get the baby because if I don't, you know, she's always moving all over the place, right? So in the end, I took Regan. Regan wasn't given to me properly. She was for Christopher because it's her child. And then I was coming to Wales, so I just take Regan with me. Until I know that I can't go on to live in Wales, but I never give her my proper address. So I brought my granddaughter up, and now she did I take her to St. Joseph. No, when I came, I had to go to St. Joseph because I wanted her to bring in a proper school. And she went to St. Joseph, and Mr. McDonald was the headmaster. And he said to me, what religion are you going to bring her up in? I said, the one that God. And I just say these things all the time. Anyway, I got Regan in there, and then I started volunteer in St. Joseph with Mrs. Goff. She was the first year teacher, and I used to help her out every time. And even they said to me, you are here more than I am. Because as the ladies or gentlemen, they used to have to go to work. So Mr. McDonald would never let a child stay in the playground without an adult. So I used to look after the children in the playground until the bell goes every day. Yes. Wow. So and Regan now she went to Avis, and she was very good, not bad at all. And then when she wanted to go to uni, she went to Manchester Uni, and she went there for 3 years. Then from uni she left and she went to Nottingham. So she's still in Nottingham. But she brings me. Yeah. So I'm going to see her in Nottingham. She did graphic, advertising, and must be business, yes. So but at the time, no, she's only working in the leisure centre in Nottingham.
Like any graduate.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yes,
we do all sorts.
That's right.
Brilliant. So, oh, wow. You were always travelling.
always. I like that.
You're right. You're always going around. You said to Vicky about one of your brothers saying something about a rope.
Oh, yeah. When I was little, I didn't even know that my brother, Alec, when I went back to Jamaica on holiday, he was telling us what we used to do in Jamaica. Like, if you are the first son, you are responsible. You take care of all of us. You see, and before my mother died, he was kind of in charge of us. All right, it was 4 sisters. And then one day, one of my auntie, we'd call everybody auntie, Aunt Dika came and she said, Alec, what this rope for? And he said to tie Neva because she's always disappearing. That's me. That's who I am. So,
You're always going around.
yeah, I go all over. I don't want to stop one place, but I stay one place here now, you see.
What's your favourite place you've ever visited?
I used to go on the ship on cruises, and lots of those different places. People talk about Barbados, but I like Barbados, but I like different parts. I went to Rome. Rome is nice. One of the things just go over like that. Yes, I like Rome. Yes, I like
Rome is lovely.
Yes,
isn't it?
I like Rome. And when Regan, I used to take her with me on these cruises. And when she passed her uni thing, finishing uni, I take her on a cruise again. That was her last cruise with me because she big now. She doesn't want to go with me. Yeah, yeah.
Big now.
Yeah, so she that's it now. You know the Leisure Centre
Yes.
in Colwyn Bay.
Yes.
I used to be a helper with the children because they used to have the children swimming, and we take them all over the place. We go to Cardiff everywhere when there was the gala for the children, take them anywhere. And when I took Regan used to do timekeeping and all that for the swimming thing. And when I took her, they wanted her to represent Wales with swimming. And she came forth. I was so glad, yeah. Well,
do you have a favourite place in Mockta? Do you have any?
Well, I like Mockta, you know. And a lot of the people in Mockta, they are very nice. It's because sometimes, when I was at the Help the Aged, Cheryl used to, if she see a police car passing, oh, going to Mockta. I said, what do you mean it's going to Mockta? It's not going to Mockta. It's not only Mockta or bad people. Everywhere I've got bad people, right? Yeah. I'm not going to say I love everybody and everybody love me, but you have got to go. And I like Mockta. I don't care what anyone else say. I like it. And I like Irish them. I like everybody. They're nice. Yeah. I don't get any bad treatment in Mockta from anybody except some little young boys. But I'm not bothered about them. That was long time ago, not now. They used to tell me to go back where I come from and I'm not needed in Mockta and this. But I'm not bothered. But it's all right. I like Mockta. I was loved and I love everybody and that was it. So they didn't want me to come to Wales.
No.
And my solicitor sold my house and bought this one.
Brilliant.
So that's it.
And now Mockta is your home.
I know. Yes, and I like it. My children wouldn't come here to live because it must be too quiet for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like it.
How many kids have you got?
3 boys.
3 boys.
Paul, Steve and Christopher.
And they're all in Manchester?
Yes, yes. And my grandchildren.
Yeah.
Paul have 1, Steve have 1, Christopher, which is the youngest, he has 6 children. So, people, even my nieces, they used to say to me, Auntie Neva, hasn't he got any television? So his first one is Regan.
Yeah.
And that is the one I take up and bring with me. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes. So when I said I have 10 grandchildren, some of the girls had children before, and they're all my grandchildren because they treat me all right, and I treat them all right. So that's all it's saying.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, good. Thank you. How am I finished now?